Hi everyone, Kirk here with Kirk's Motorrad Shop in Crystal Lake, Illinois, bringing you another jump starter video. This company contacted me and wanted me to review one of their jump starters, and I had pretty much sworn off of jump starters. I have done enough of those that I just feel like I didn't want to do anymore. However, that being said, my Genius Boost GB40, it gave up the ghost. It won't turn on anymore. I've used this thing so many times, and now I needed one to replace it. So that thing is dead. Hopefully this new Yesper is going to be the one. They told me I could have any unit that I wanted, so I looked through the selections that they had, and I took this one here, this Armor with a heater inside. So it's got, I don't know if it preheats. It says here low temp heat tech. I don't know if it preheats this unit if this thing's left out in the cold. It doesn't say in the instructions or in the manual what that means, or does it actually pump a little juice into the battery before it says go ahead and start something. I will find out. I'm going to be going snowmobiling in just a little bit, and I am going to test this thing on the snowmobile because my snowmobile is pretty worn down. Anyway, well, I'll give that a go. And who knows, maybe I'll even hook it up to my truck when it's cold out and try that as well, you know, to properly simulate, can this thing indeed start the truck? It should be able to. It's got the jumper cables. They go right there in this end. It does have quite a few USB features, which I was really excited about. It's got this in-out port for USB-C. It has two USB, one being more high power than the other. That's what the blue means. It also has a 12-volt out, so it comes with the 12-volt connector, and it comes with a car charger. So you can charge it up in your vehicle. Once you get the thing running, you can recharge this thing. Now when they come out of the box, they're not fully charged, which I did just take this out of the box, and if I turn it on, you can see it's got 76%. So I'm going to charge this thing up, and just, you know, maybe talk about some of the other features that this unit has. It does have a light on it. That's what this white bar is right here, and I think you get to that by just holding down the power button. Yep, there it is. And probably has a couple modes. Yeah, it's got, looks like an SOS mode and then a strobe, and then it turns off. It also, another feature that I really like is it has the boost mode, very much like this Genius did. Okay, that's what this little exclamation point was here. You push this down and it sends an immediate at least 12 volts, if not 15 volts, through the jumper cables. And I use that all the time because sometimes you have a battery that doesn't have any power in it at all, especially on these power sports equipments like motorcycles or snowmobiles or whatever. You know, the batteries will be sitting around for a year and they go flat, and then they're pretty much gone at that point. But you can at least get your bike or your sled or whatever, you can get it started. Anyway, so we're gonna, you know, you plug these things in. You do have to turn the unit on. It doesn't energize these cables right away. You'll have to turn the unit on and then hook this up to a battery, and away you go, right? Well, let's hook this up to the USB and get it charged up. And there we go. You can see it's charging there. I do like that right there. So it's actually saying how many watts are it's pulling from the wall, you know, whether it's a smart thing or whatever. It's got it's showing how many watts are being pulled. I think that's a pretty cool little feature, and it does have other things that will light up over here once I hook it up to a vehicle. I'll try to show as much as I can with the limited video that this will be. So if you guys do want one of these units, I will have a link right down in the description, or it will be sitting on my Amazon page. I haven't got, you know, all the particulars with that as of the time that I'm making this video, because I just opened this package up just minutes ago. So let's go test this thing out on some vehicles. Alright, so we're going to try it on this snowmobile here, because this snowmobile, the battery is pretty much smoked on it. You can hear it's pretty dead. So anyway, let's give this thing a go. Now I had this thing sitting in the truck for overnight, and it's about 15 degrees out. So when you turn it on, it comes up with this little snowflake thing, which means that I think there's that heater element. It's basically saying it's really cold out. I think you probably could figure that out just on, by temperature wise. Now this snowmobile has been sitting inside. It's pretty warm in here, so it should fire right off. But I think it would be the same if it was just sitting outside. Anyway, pull this open. Get to the battery. So I'm just gonna hook it up and go from straight away. Hopefully I'll be able to test this on a couple other things too before the end of this video. That's a little weird. Okay. Alright, so it's saying 1 degree Celsius. I don't know if it's sensing the temperature of the battery. It might be. There it is. Now it says it's ready to go. So throw it over and just see how well it cranks. Certainly cranks nice. Okay, final test for the Yesper Armor. This is going to be on this LT here. Now this LT has a completely dead battery. I mean, this battery, it really just might as well not be sitting here. If I turn the key on over here, none of the lights come on in the dash. There's nothing going on whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. It's just as dead as it gets. So, oh, and not to mention that it's not only dead, but it's about 35 degrees out right now, and this thing has 2050 motor oil in it. So we're going to see what this thing can do on a completely stone dead battery, just to crank it over. Now I don't expect this thing to start. In fact, there is not even a chance in hell that this thing will start, because this battery, this bike, I should say, is, the gas tank is actually not connected. There's no fuel pump in it. There's not even a fuel rail on the injector, so it can't start. But hopefully we're going to be able to hear that it will at least turn over. Right, this thing says it's ready, but still not seeing anything in the dash. Okay, so I'm going to have to go with the boost mode. There we go. Oh yeah. There is no way that wouldn't start if it had the opportunity to do so. Now I'll disconnect it and just show nothing at all. So this thing definitely pumps out the juice, and you can see the I'll talk a little bit more about this inside where we can see this a little bit better. I'll say a few final words, but it does drop the percentage down pretty quick, but that's okay, because this bike would have started had it actually been able to do so. So just a few more words on this Yesper Armor. I did talk to the company about what is the heat function in here. I think that this unit, so if you leave this in the truck or you leave it outside, it's going to get cold, and it has an internal heater where it will warm up the batteries in here to try to give you the most power that it can to help you get your vehicle started. So I really like this this little wattage thing on here. So I've got this plugged in right now to my charger that's on the bench here, and it is showing 13 watts pulling in, and that being the case, you know, that it'll take quite a while to charge up. I did plug this into the truck, and with the charger that they sent along with the kit, you know, it has its own little 12-volt charger. That thing, when it says quick charge, yeah, it was really quick charge. This thing was like 110, 115 watts pumping into it, and it was done in just mere minutes. It really just took a little bit of time. I also tested out these USB ports. I put those on a phone that can take a quick charge, and it did show that it was a turbo charge over here and then just a kind of a regular charge over here, you know, like 5 watts or something. This one, I don't know what it was rated at, but it really cranks out fast. And this thing here also, if you have just this type of the USB-C connector, you know, like a double male, you can also use that as your output to charge up your devices. And it doesn't take a whole lot of power out of it. Now, I haven't charged this since the initial time. You can see it's down to 86%, and you saw how many, the vehicles that I tried it on. And it works great. So, guys, I'm super impressed with this one. This is going to become my go-to now in the shop. If Yesper, if you guys are watching this, I really do appreciate you sending me this. It's an excellent product, and definitely worth the investment, especially if you need something like this. So, guys, check it out. There is a link right down below, and hopefully it's on sale. That's all I got for this. If you got any questions, put them down in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.